Now, breaking news, surveillance footage has been released from that claimed the life of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio, and it appears that he was hit, y'all, with a chopper.
And then you see, his lifeless body being taken away into an ambulance. And as that's happening, Yungeen Ace releases a diss track. Did you hear what he just said? He said, "Fellas got the low, I told them to do it." Now, if they can link Yungeen Ace to any kind of case related to this is coming into evidence. They're each other. They're each other. It just has to stop.
So I can tell you that I made several phone calls and discussions with the undersheriff and staff members about paying very close attention to certain groups that I know are clashing with one another. They know who they are. And we are going to pay very close attention to make sure that, we're not going to allow you to just arbitrarily run around and spray bullets into people's houses and cars.
So things just got even crazier in the Foolio case, with new surveillance footage showing the chilling moment Foolio's culprit ambushed him at the Holiday Inn. The audio reveals the person sneaking up and unleashing fire through the windshield with an automatic weapon. It seems Foolio was hit while trying to jump into the back seat, but that's not all. Reports are buzzing that the feds are clamping down hard on the gang war in Florida. Word on the street is that Yungeen Ace's crew, ATK, is about to get slapped with an RICO indictment. This could spell big trouble for the gang, as the authorities seem determined to bring an end to the feud. Meanwhile, there's some strange activity going on with Foolio's official IG account. Despite everything, the account is still active, sharing cryptic and bizarre posts. Fans are now wondering if Foolio's account has been hacked or if one of his close affiliates is behind these mysterious messages, with some speculating that these posts might be subliminal shots aimed at Yungeen Ace and ATK.
First they said I was dead though. I saw everybody who don't like me, it was already on the internet, you know what I'm saying? So I supposed to let me know I'm not dead. I know I did me.
And speaking of him, it looks like Yungeen Ace is not letting up on dissing Foolio. First, he dropped the track "Do It" on the very day Foolio passed away. Then just days later, on June 28th, he released another diss track called "Game Over," which skyrocketed to 2.5 million views on YouTube in just one day. In the song, Ace raps about going to war while carrying a bottle of Don Julio tequila, a clear dig at the late Foolio. In the song, Ace also refers to the passing of Foolio with the opening lines, "5 in the morning, I got a call, what is this? Dead on the floor, dead on arrival, Mr. 6'4" in the car, and one of them dead, 30 got hit. I told them they don't want no war with this. Meanwhile, like I said before, there's a disturbing surveillance video circulating online showing the moment Foolio was ambushed in front of the Holiday Inn where he was celebrating his 26th birthday.
Now, on the photo, I guess it was taken from the surveillance of the hotel or whichever neighboring building. However, this is the surveillance and it has a timestamp that says 6/23/2024 at 4:37 a.m. Now, if you pay attention to all the news headlines and articles that covered this story, they said that he was ambushed at exactly 4:40 a.m. Or a lot of them kept saying it was just a little before 5. But as you see in this photo right here, it seems like the suspects, whoever it was in like a grayish or greenish kind of SUV, and they were already parked in the parking lot. Now, as you can see, that same car that was parked, now it's on the sidewalk, and a person got out and he proceeded to inside the vehicle. Now, what this tells me is they was actually watching, because if all the like everybody said was being to the driver's side, that's because whoever was the person already know that Foolio was on the driver's side, right? Because if you him, first of all, they're on foot, which means they're pretty comfortable. Because think about it, right? You're going into somebody else's territory where you would think that maybe they had some guys around them. I would think that Foolio would have somebody around them protecting them or something. But to get out on foot, you kind of had to have knowledge that he was defenseless, because it looks like they rammed the car, and this is why Foolio's car is damaged on the passenger side. It looks like they rammed the car and it kind of whoever was driving or whoever was in the car. And after that, whoever it was proceeded to get out fast and to the vehicle. I guess they knew where Foolio was, so they decided all into the driver's side and tried to hit him. And once again, they had knowledge that he was the one driving, because as we seen in the first photo, it looked like they was already plotting. It looked like they was already there in the parking lot waiting. Once they seen him, seen what car he got into, as he tried to drive off or wherever he tried to go, they rammed him from the passenger side. Somebody got out as they rammed him, and then, you know, he began firing.
Now there's also this photo that was shared by artist Fallout Sosa on his IG story showing Foolio after the incident, and Sosa just wrote, "Damn boy." Apparently, Sosa is a member of Yungeen Ace's crew, ATK, so between Yungeen dropping 2 diss tracks back to back, practically bragging about putting a hit on Foolio, and then his affiliates sharing photos of Foolio's body, I mean, they're basically begging for a RICO indictment at this point. Over the weekend, popular criminal lawyer Bruce Rivers took to his YouTube channel to dissect Yungeen Ace's diss track to it, and he warned that Tampa authorities might use the song as evidence against Ace and ATK. He pointed out specific lyrics and themes that could easily be interpreted as incriminating.
When you look at Who I Smoke, and you know they're smoking to on their ops, right? And they're talking about, you know, killed this person, killed this person, killed this person. And then you look at When I See You by Julio. He's talking about, and we'll play a little bit of both of these here for you. But, and they're talking about, you know, a car that 3 out of the 4 people in the car were killed, and Yungeen Ace somehow escaped. Julio's younger brother, teenager, get fucking gunned down for nothing. You know, and I haven't really talked lately about gang violence and about youth doing stupid shit like this. And apparently Ace has put, we're gonna play this here in a minute, has put out something accepting responsibility. I mean, I don't understand how these guys do this. You know, I say this is where I got the idea for Stop Self Snitching, is people, they're putting shit out online, and because if it's not online, it doesn't happen, right? But I mean, and then admitting to crimes online. You watch, all this stuff is going to come out. All this stuff is going to, you know, we're seeing it in Young Thug's case, where they're using his own lyrics against him in a criminal trial. So let's just take a look at a news clip.
Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones, known as Julio Foolio, shot and killed in Tampa. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Riley Phillips. The rapper was celebrating his 26th birthday. This happened outside a Holiday Inn. If you could take a look at this video, you can see the bullet holes riddling.
Look at that. Look at that car. I mean, that is premeditated first-degree murder. No question about it.
On our newscast for his connection with violence around Jacksonville over the past few years, I counted 7 different articles that we published on our website since 2019 where Foolio was referenced in them, and at least 3 times that we've covered, he's been shot before, once grazing his leg, another time while he was over in Houston.
You know, if you dance close to the sun, you're gonna get fucking burned. I mean, it's just what's gonna happen. But the problem is that where does it end? Where does it end? Now people in Foolio's camp are going to have to retaliate, right? And then they're going to have to retaliate. It's just a cycle.
And out from Foolio's attorney that he was in Tampa celebrating his birthday. They've been at an Airbnb that they rented. They exceeded occupancy at that Airbnb, which is when they left and went toward the Holiday Inn.
Pop, 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 brah. You know, I mean, great. That's all. It's so neat. A white guy just does the bra. You know, hey guys, it's just too much. It's too much, and it's happening too many places. That's the reason why this afternoon I'm going into a hearing on a gang case. You know, it's a RICO gang case. They got 45 guys, and guess what? They're gonna pluck another 45 guys off the street. You know, and it's all about nothing. You know, it's about racketeering, you know, and it's about corruption. Too many people dead, too many people injured, too much collateral consequences, and it's all for nothing.
But what do we really know about Yungeen's crew, ATK? Are the feds really building a RICO case against them? As we speak, there has always been a debate as to what ATK actually stands for. Some say it either stands for aiming to kill, Ace the Killer, or Ace's top killers, but obviously, Ace has never confirmed or denied this. He previously claimed in an interview on Vlad TV that ATK is just a record label, and when Vlad asked him what ATK actually stood for, Yungeen said it's definitely not anything gang-related, but the name itself is a secret.
I got a label, ATK. It's a label. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no gang. They're gonna put it as a gang because, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not that.
And ATK stands for?
And see that meaning. See, the one thing about ATK, nobody know the meaning of ATK.
Okay.
Nobody know. I got the whole world screaming ATK. But
is it a secret? Or?
Yeah, it's a secret. Nobody know.
All right.
Nobody know what it means. It don't mean no violent. It don't mean, it's like there's something behind some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So nobody know what it means.
But regardless of the name, the feds have been watching ATK for a while, and now they've already connected them to over 50 murders. Yungeen Ace is not helping at all with the deceased, tweeting and then deleting such posts. It's like he is calling the feds to catch him. As for Foolio, he was a member of the suspected Jacksonville gang KTA, which has been locked in a bitter feud with ATK for years. Both groups emerged from the drill rap subculture. This rivalry took a serious turn in 2017 when Foolio's cousin, 18-year-old Zion Malik Brown, was tragically targeted by Deantre Thomas, an associate of Yungeen Ace, who was arrested and charged in connection with the incident. The situation escalated again the following June when Ace and 3 other teens were ambushed while celebrating his brother's birthday at a restaurant. Ace survived despite being hit 8 times, but the other 3, including his 18-year-old brother, Trevin Bullard, passed away. In the aftermath, Foolio posted several taunting messages on social media mocking the death of Ace's brother and his affiliate. Then in 2021, Foolio survived another attempt on his life when he was targeted while getting out of his vehicle. He took to Instagram hours later to mock the failed attempt, saying, "Wow, missed a whole 100 shots, literally." This wasn't even the first time Foolio had been targeted. He was also targeted in Houston, Texas in July 2020, an incident that rivaled Jacksonville rapper Fast Money Goon later referenced in the viral music video, "Who I Smoke." Before he tragically passed away last month, Foolio was involved in at least 3 near-fatal incidents in the past 4 years. The whole thing is just sad and tragic, seeing these young men throwing their lives away and ending each other over nothing before they're even old enough to grasp the full consequences. What makes it even more tragic is that this cycle doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. Even if the feds manage to take down Yungeen Ace and his ATK crew with an RICO indictment,
26-year-old Charles Jones, was also known as Julio Foolio, was reportedly there to celebrate his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting. But in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people in other groups as well as rappers.
Well, this is not a game, is my message. This is not something that we're going to tolerate around town. I think the media, I think the citizens of Jacksonville, I think everyone feels the same way. This is not something that's okay. This is not something we're going to tolerate, and we're going to pay very close attention. So don't get involved. Stay away from the nonsense.
So there's no evidence to show any of them are connected, and there's no evidence to show that any of these are random. And I'm out here to reassure the community that we are out here in full force,
working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video.
Because it ain't cool now. No, it's over now. It's over for him. It's permanent. And now we have to deal with messing and clean it up. Now, if it takes us following them one at a time, we'll follow them one at a time.
For when I see you, who I smoke.
Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went crazy, kind of made it more mainstream to where people who don't even know y'all, they were tapped into it. Did you make them do that?
I don't know. How I took it too far when they made a song first. Speaking of, once the dead get involved, it's all
the ATK gang. Investigators say this organization is connected to a string in Jacksonville.
There's many names for ATK. Ace is top one. 9 people, potentially responsible for 15 of, and who knows what else.
You getting over this is not going to prove anything.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, your mom is still alive, right?
Yeah.
You got siblings?
Yep. I got 2 sisters, a little god sister, and a big brother.
Right. You got people who love you.
Definitely.
There will always be others waiting to step up and fill the void. The streets of Jacksonville will continue to run red as long as there's a score to settle or a reputation to uphold. It's like a never-ending war where nobody really wins. One fan said, now Yungeen Ace and ATK are going to celebrate Foolio's death, just continuing the cycle of death coming for them next. None of these young men learned the power of the tongue, and what you put out will soon consume you. Someone else wrote, somehow, someone's going to hear this story and still think the whole having ops thing is fun and cool when this is the other side to it, the consistent impending doom feeling and cloud hanging over you. Anyone who's had an issue with someone knows the sadness of knowing someone wants to hurt you. I can only imagine people wanting you dead and actively trying. Hopefully, this whole era of ops will be played out soon. But let me know how you feel about this whole situation. Do you think the feds are coming for Yungeen Ace and ATK with that RICO charge? And if they are, will this actually change anything on the streets of Jacksonville? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and don't miss out on this next story.